Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. We got the Olympics. 400-meter hurdle champ.
What's up,
that's
what?
Right,
what up, baby?
Nephew. He came back and redeemed himself. He said, Unc, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
When I had the conversation with him in 2021.
With the looks like you, Och.
Hey, what's up, baby?
He said he's coming back. He wanted revenge. He's been chasing Karsten Warholm, the world record holder, for the better part of 3 years. Yes, and he finally tracked him down, the Norwegian and the Rai. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, your 400-meter hurdle champ with a time of 46.46, Rai Benjamin.
Yes, sir.
Nephew, what's going on?
Hey, I'm living a dream right now, Unc. Living a dream, brother.
Let me ask you this, Rai. Obviously, you had an outstanding season. You have been performing really, really well. Give us your mindset going into the Olympics. You had raced him. I think you raced him once before at a Diamond League meet, pre-Olympics. And so you had to feel good because you beat him. And you had beaten him 3 times since he last beat you, I think, at the Olympics.
Budapest, in Budapest. They won Budapest last year, and then we went to Prefontaine. I won that meet. Then we went to Monaco before the Olympics. That was a big one. We were all there. I won that one. So going into the Olympics, I felt really confident. I was calm. I really trusted myself. I think mentally I was in a way different place than I was.
Yeah, I could tell.
Previous years and previous seasons. So, I mean, I went in, I had the confidence, like it felt good. The energy in the stadium was ridiculous. It was actually like, I've been to a lot of football games. I've been to Death Valley, LSU. Okay. And I have never heard a stadium get that loud in my entire life. It was crazy.
Wow.
So it was phenomenal experience. So just, I went in with a completely different mindset, and I was like, I'm the guy to beat. And the only person that's going to beat me is me. So, yeah.
Yeah. I have a question. Speaking of that race at the Olympics, did you understand his strengths and weaknesses? And did you have any type of strategic game plan going into that race and knowing what to do and when to kind of hit it, when to back off?
Yeah.
Like, what was your plans in general?
I think so. Over the past 3-4 years, we raced so much. So I have seen every single race plan, every race strategy.
Right.
And I think for me, the 3 of us are so good that very little separates us, and it's about who could be on that day, who's going to get it on that day. And I think throughout the entire cycle of the heats, semis, finals, I got dealt the right hand, and those guys ran fast like the first 2 rounds. So I knew being out in lane 8, I was going to be the one to kind of dictate what the race would look like. So in my head, I was like, all right, like I need to really push the pace, but not do too much. So I have enough to come home that last 120, 150 meters.
Yes.
When we got out, he gets out really, really hard. So he covered me a little bit. And my whole thing was, all right, just run in lane 8, like focus on your 10 hurdles in your lane, and get off that turn, like put your foot in the ground and just go. And then Coach Watts, Quincy Watts, we joke around sometimes, and he's like, yeah, if it's leaving, I'm leaving. So we got off hurdle 7, and I was like, all right, man, I'm out of here, man. So whatever happens. And I don't know if you guys saw, but like I was coming off a 7, and I stumbled a little bit. I was running so fast that like the centrifugal force pulled me out to the outside of the lane. And I kind of like stumbled a little bit. And I think that kind of costed me like maybe 46 flat. But at the same time, like I just had so much momentum. I just kept going. So that was that was my game plan going in, to be honest with you. Just run my pattern, do what I've been doing in the entire season. I mean, Unc, we talk. Unc will send me a message sometimes after the race, even if it went good or bad. So I mean, yeah, it was phenomenal, man. And I'm on cloud 9 right now.
I can tell. Right. The thing that I always wondered, I say, and all these guys, you look at yourself, I mean, the 4 fastest guys ever in hurling history was in that race. Yep. Aberdeen Samba, Dos Santos, Warholm, yourself.
Yep.
If I line all you guys up and I say run 100 meters, you're going to win. If I line all you guys up in a 200 and say race, you're going to win. If I line all you guys up in a 400 and say race, you're going to win. Sure. I say, why don't Rai put this man under the gun?
See, it's a different. So the 400 and the 400 hurdles are two completely
different animals.
Really?
Yeah. It's a completely different rhythm. And if anything, it's like, you know, when you drive a really fast car, it just kind of wants to go all the time.
Yes.
You'll be in the neighborhood and there'll be a speed bump on the road and you can't really go. So you kind of like gunning it light to light.
So you can't really go with it up because you got those barriers.
I can't really do what I need to do because these hurdles are in my way. And I gotta be on a certain pattern, and if you're not on that pattern, like you start stutter stepping, putting up, and it kind of ruins the rhythm. Like you were just talking about how when you played, you needed to be in a certain rhythm.
Yes,
and you needed those games to get in that rhythm, that offensive rhythm. So for me, it's like I need to be on that rhythm consistently.
Okay.
And sometimes it requires me slowing down a little bit, and no matter how strong you are, you still got to get over those 10 barriers. So that was that was kind of the kryptonite for me. I mean, like even like you can see when I run open 4s or even in the 4x4, like I can let it go.
Yeah, you can. And I was about to ask you about that. In the open 4, you know Tobogo. You know he's run low 44. You know he just ran 1946. He's run 986. So you know he has the strength.
Yep.
So when you got the baton, what was your strategy? Because you say what you say, I'm going to say what I thought you were going to do.
Yeah. So when I got Bryce did a phenomenal job.
He did.
I mean, from Chris to Vernon, V V had a hell of a meet.
Burn really opened it up for you. Burn did the job.
That's my roommate. That's my roommate. So when Bryce brought the baton in, I mean, he was 43.5, like on fire coming through. And I saw how close the Botswanan kid was closing. So in my head, I'm like, okay, when he gets the baton, he's going to be at least 2 steps behind me. And I know he's going to try and either cover me or sit on me the first 100. So in my head, I was like, all right, don't blast the first 100 like you usually do. Out in about like 10-9, 10-8, so you can hold it down the backstretch. That way I can get his legs moving because he's Tobogo, he's a 200 guy and he just ran 19.4. So my whole thought process was he could probably make it to, I know he can run to 300. He could probably make it to 350, and this last 50 is going to be hot if I could bring us through 300 at like 31 flat. So I'm like, all right, in my head, I'm just like, all right, take him out first 100 and let him spin his legs down the back stretch. He was doing that, and like I can hear him, and it got so loud in that stadium, but I can hear him behind me. So I'm in my head, I'm just like, all right, stay calm, keep that cadence, keep spinning. And he stayed at bay, and then we got to that last 120, and it looks like I was jogging, but I mean,
no, you opened.
I'm so smooth. I was open, man. And I was just like, all right, we're gonna get it this last 100. So we got through 300 to 350, and he's still at bay. And I like kind of the crowd made a sound.
You watching the Jumbotron too? I saw you peak.
Yeah, the crowd made a sound, and usually when the crowd makes a sound, it's either somebody pulls up or somebody fell. So I looked up at the Jumbotron, and I'm just like, I couldn't see him because his uniform's blue and the track is purple, and I'm moving so fast. So I check again, and I was like, damn, he's still here. So I was like, damn, I gotta go. So I like dug deep, got to 350, and about 5-10 meters before the line, like I was honestly shot, and it was just
but he was too.
Yeah, and that's where the reps and being disciplined and being experienced like comes in, because I know when that happens, like you're not really getting any faster that last 100. What's happening is who's slowing down the slowest. So for me, it was just like, man, like, don't get walked, man. Like, I get a gold medal for these dudes. And get walked on TV in front of these people because I wasn't gonna hear the end of it. So yeah, I did exactly that and brought it home for them guys, man. So I was like really hyped up and pumped up about that.
Rai, I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna cover you early. I said he has the type of speed that he's gonna put Rai under the gun quick. I thought he would jump you. I actually thought he would cover you over the first 100 to 150 and then get the lead and then settle down.
Yeah.
Once he did, and I was like, I think he might be making a mistake. I say, now, go ahead.
No, I think if I got out any slower, he probably would have done that.
Okay.
But I got out at such a pace where it was like, it's kind of enticing where you kind of want to go, but you know if you go, you're gonna die. So I can really, because I run hurdles and it's so rhythmic and I know how to differentiate times, like I know like what threshold and what kind of cadence to be on. So it was just kind of like a bait and switch kind of deal and just it's a gamble. You just kind of take it plays out. It played out very well. So
and it works perfectly, especially when you know your opponent. You know your opponent, you know your opponent's strengths and weaknesses, and the fact that you understood his at that time, you knew what to do in that race. You know, one of the funny things, as soon as you got the baton and started going, I started looking. Does anyone else tell you your running mechanics and your gait is it similar to Michael Johnson?
I heard
you noticed that?
Yeah, but
like straight up, relaxed. Yes. And I'm like, what the hell? That looked like Mike out there.
Yeah, you got to be that way because when you start tensing and you start muscling stuff, like that's when you start going backwards. So that's really the trick right there. To be honest, is just staying relaxed, staying open, and just running really, really efficiently. Just no wasted movement, none of that.
Right. We had Michael Johnson on. And I remember in Stuttgart when they broke the world record in the 400 meters. They ran 2:54.29. And I can go back in my head. I know Andrew Bauman led off with 44.5, and he went to Quincy, your coach, and I think he ran 43.3, 43.5. He had it to the world record holder at the time, Butch Reynolds, and he ran low 43. The race was blown open. Michael Johnson got the baton, and he said, because we had almost broke the world record, we broke it, but I ran like mid 44, almost 45, because I was asking him, I said, Mike, you do realize you ran sub 43 with a 30-minute lead, with a 30-meter lead. And I said, why? He said, because I didn't want to hear their miles. He said, they had talked about me so bad. So he ran 42.9. Did you think you guys had a chance going into that race? Did you think this was going to be the second fastest 4x4 in the history?
I thought we could have broken it last year. So after Budapest, like if you go to my Instagram, you look at my last relay post from Budapest, I was like, let's go after the world record next year because we had all the pieces. Quincy's running well, V's running well. I mean, I could get on a relay and give you a really hot split. Michael Norman, he was coming back to run well. Chris Bailey, Bryce Deadman, and then we had Lil Quincy just shoot up out of I'm not gonna say out of nowhere, but like no one was expecting him to run 44 low, and it's just phenomenal. So we had all the pieces. The issue is figuring out who to put on what leg to maximize those legs. And I think because Quincy had that little tweak in his hamstring in his final. Like we had to reshuffle the order, but I knew we still had the pieces because V had split 43
twice in the mix.
Yeah, and I knew
3 times because he ran the mixed relay twice and he opened in the qualifier.
Yeah. So V had the 43 in him. I knew Bryce had 43 in him as well too because he was consistently running 44 lows. So I knew if Bryce lights come on, he's gonna bring that stick around because he's from Texas A&M. So he's gonna run. And it just all came down to what my leg would be. I actually wanted to run second this meet because I knew if I ran second, I would run 42.8 or 42.9 on that.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I just know second leg is the best it's the best leg because you can on that tangent when you cut in, you can kind of cheat some meters if you do it right.
Yes.
That's why all them second leg splits were so fast. I mean, you still got to be fast to be on that second leg, but like if you do it right and you run a good tangent, like I'm telling you, you can cheat it a little bit and you can get that split. So initially, so when that happened, Coach Mike Marsh came and was just like, "Hey man, like I need a dog on ankle leg because
you had to be on anchor."
Yeah, so
I don't know, Rai. I don't mean to cut you off, but Rai, I don't know if anybody could have held Tobago off other than you, because you, like you said, you had a strategy.
Yeah.
He didn't put you under the gun because of your pace. I think somebody else would have panicked. Yeah. And if you panic in that situation, he's going to chase you down like the Great Britain did Antonio Pettigrew. Yeah. We saw Lowe, a good friend of mine, Angelo Taylor, same thing in the Olympics. If you panic on that anchor leg, because everybody got their boy dog on that anchor.
Right.
So everybody can go sub 43, could go sub 44 on an anchor leg.
Yep.
And so
you all did. Like every single the first leg was 43. Them boys came to run. Like, they really came. They were not playing around, man. They were not playing around. So
I did not see this. I did not see 254, 35. I damn sure didn't see the women. Challenging the Soviets, because I old enough to see that, remember that race in Seoul when the Soviet women and it was Flojo and the 400-meter champ on anchor leg.
What an asterisk on the Soviets, man. Listen, hey, they weren't there, so they're not there for me. Yeah.
But man, I mean, you ran 43.13. Tobago runs 43.03. That's the fastest split that you've ever run by far.
Yeah.
Did you know? I mean, think about it now. You just run 44, 46 through the rounds, qualified, did what you needed to do.
The night before.
Yes. Did you know you had that in your legs?
Not really, to be honest with you. In my head, I'm just like, yo, man, like when we both got the stick, I was like, I don't know if the broadcast showed it, but I like turned in the stands and I just started to smile and I'm like, yeah, this is about to be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got locked in for this one. But I mean, when it comes to the relays, like I'm usually, that's the fun part. Like I always tell people that's the fun part. The hard part is doing your individual event. The fun part is when you get all those guys together. And although we're there as a team, track and field is an individual sport. So it's just one of those things where you have a moment to share as a team. And I think that's where I thrive, is when we come together as a team and share like this experience. So when I got the stick in my head, I'm like, I can't let these boys down because they did their job. So I got to do it and finish.
It's all on you.
And bring home gold for Team USA. So that was the focus for me, but I had no idea. We got the backstretch. My agent was on the backstretch and I was like, what did I split? He was like 43.13. I was like, there's no way. But I couldn't believe it. Cause like after I got done, like I wasn't on the floor. I mean, I had a little bit of lactic acid, but I just feel like I was just so excited from.
You was floating, bro.
It was like, man, it was great.
You were definitely floating.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? Can I get you the women?
Yeah.
You had Femke, you had Sid, and everybody's trying to build this thing up because Femke won the indoor. She ran 49.17.
Yep.
We saw Sid, she's run 22.07 in the 200 meters, which is still like the 8th or 9th fastest time ever covered by a woman in 2024. Yep. We saw her run 48.75. It's just slightly off the American record. Why was they trying to build this up when Femke has never been close to Sid?
I think because the week prior, Femke went to this meet and had run 50.9. So, and she did it by herself. And I think what people neglected about that, although, I mean, 50.9 is ridiculously fast. And she did a phenomenal job just navigating 10 hurdles by herself doing that. I think what people neglected about that meet, because a lot of fast times came out of that meet, it was at altitude.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize when you're at altitude, you have less resistance in the air.
Yes.
So that's why that kind of hype came. And you kind of want to build the hype around the event too, as well, too, because Femke was running well all year. And it seemed as though that she was the one to give Sydney a run for her money. But Sydney is like, she's like, man, like You seen
but Rai,
You seen John Wick?
yes.
Coach Holloway from Florida called me John Wick. I call Sydney John Wick. She's listen, she's gonna kill you every time, man. And if she doesn't, it's gonna be you're gonna have to, it's gonna have to be an act of God for her to lose a race.
But here's the thing. Every world record Sid has set, she's been running by herself. It's not like she's getting pushed. It's not like somebody's going over hurdle 9 with her. I think the only time Dalilah Muhammad pushed her, I think the last Olympics, Dalilah Muhammad pushed her. But if you look at Sid's record at the Prefontaine, you look at her at the USA's, you look at her at this meet, ain't nobody close.
Yeah. I mean, she just runs with such confidence, and I feel like at a certain point you could teach so much. And then after that, it's just pure God-given talent, man. And she just has that. And that you can't teach, can't instill in anybody. You're just born with that. And there's just nothing you could do about that at all.
Let me ask you this. Tell me if you agree or disagree. I think Sid finishes out this year. Maybe she runs one meet. Maybe she runs another meet. And she does the world championships in the 400 hurdles.
Yeah.
But I think after that, I think Bobby going to move her down to the no barriers. And she's going to go after that 47.60 by Madarina Cope.
I think she does it next year.
Okay.
I think she does it next year. I mean, like, it's like, what else does she need to accomplish in the 400? Like, that is like so far out of reach. I mean, I feel like she would, for fun, run it once and maybe like.
She tried to go sub 50.
She goes up 50, but I mean, like, she's proven, like, she broke the world record twice this year. It's like she doesn't have anything else to prove in the event. So I mean, I like, why not go run the 4 next year? I feel like that would be my thought process. Like, let's go try something else and yeah. Well, you never know. It's Bobby, Bobby, listen, that man just kind of.
Bobby be trying to leave legacies.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't see why not. It's not far-fetched.
Paulino, El Nasser.
Yeah.
She got some. I mean, Paulino just ran 48.17, which is what? I think it might be the 3rd or 4th fastest time ever run for a woman in the open 4.
Yeah.
You got Krachalova, you got Cope. And I think her, that 48.17, that might be the 3rd, or it's 3rd or 4th for a female covered 400 meters. I know that.
Yeah. I think, listen, I think Sydney gets locked in and honed into an event and she figures out that rhythm and they really hone in on a pattern to do it. She's dangerous. Cause she's 22-0 open in a
yes.
You got the foot speed. And she ran 10.9, if I'm not mistaken, when she was at Kentucky at UF. Raining outside. It was crazy. So
she could come through easy. It ain't a push for her to do 23.5 and then come home.
Getting on that rhythm. She gets on that rhythm and then she's dangerous.
Ocho, what you got for him?
Listen, again, congratulations. That's all I got, man. I'm happy just to hear the stories. And that feeling and watching you run that last leg, bro, man. Kudos, salute, congratulations. There's really not much more I can say or ask at this point. I'm just happy for you and look forward to all future endeavors, man, on that track.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Michael got this track series. Are you going to join that, Rai?
Hey, reach out, brother.
But the money seemed right.
Reach out, man. I had some conversations with Kyle. He's working with Michael as well too. So I like what they're doing. I feel like this Olympics and this year was really pivotal for track and field, and it really got we got some new eyes on the sport and people interested. So it doesn't stop for us at the Olympics, guys. Like we have a whole season and we have this coming up. So all those head-to-heads that you saw at the Olympics, like, you can see them on numerous occasions throughout the year. And Sid's going to be on that circuit as well, too. I know she's one of the first ones that Michael signed as well, too. So I know a lot of people like give her a lot of grief about not racing enough during the year. Well, you're going to see her race there. So tune in. But they reach out to me. Hey, I'm in there. You feel me? I'm in
I
there.
want to ask you, do you have any more meets? I know there are a couple of Diamond League meets still left in the season. Are you going to close? I know you don't like going overseas. You don't like that long plane ride. Get off a plane, head to the track, and go run. You don't really like that. But are we going to see Rai in any Diamond League meets?
Nah, I'm done for the season.
you gonna ride this wave. You gonna ride this wave.
I'm ride this wave out, man. Like, I don't think people understand the level of mental commitment and gymnastics that you got to be at throughout the entire. Because I started competing Monday, so I went Monday through Sunday, and it was me, Vernon, Shelby McEwen, the high jumper, Michael Norman, Bryce. We're all in the same room, so I mean, we're all just kind of feeding off each other. So it's a lot to mentally be in the room that entire week and just to come down from it and the nerves and whatnot. Like it takes a lot. Like, imagine playing at the Super Bowl for an entire week. That's literally what it was. So I'm gonna take this time to enjoy it with my mom, because she was out there, and I feel like this one was like really big for her. I feel like I'm still trying to conceptualize what happened this entire week. So, I mean, I'm going to do that, see my friends, see my family, and just really enjoy this, because I'm Olympic champ, and, a lot of people work their entire lives for this. And I was able to achieve that not once, but twice this week. So I'm going to live it up, and I'm going to enjoy it. And yeah.
Ocho, you didn't know this, but Rai was a quarterback. Rai, what made you give up
played
quarterback?
Wide out, man. I was a wide receiver. Yeah.
You didn't play quarterback?
My dad said the wrong thing. I played wide receiver and free safety in high school. And yeah. I was.
So why'd you give up football and went to the track?
Because I'm from New York, and people out in New York don't get good scholarships to go to big D1 schools.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, I ran track, and it was like, I wasn't really we weren't getting good recruits or recruiters coming out to my high school, because we were a small high school in Westchester County in New York. So, we had one or two guys go to big universities, but it wasn't like we were going to like LSU or USC or a Clemson, you know what I mean? So it was just one of those things where, that was my avenue out, and I was really good at track my freshman year, so I just stuck with it. So.
You originally went to UCLA, then transferred to USC?
Years. I thought about walking on, to be honest with you, but they were like, "Yeah, you gotta give up your track scholarship because of Title IX." There's no way in hell. Like a part of me wish I played in college. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna pull a Tyreek and say like, I'm fast and or I could go catch a ball.
How you know I was gonna ask you that? How you know I was gonna ask you that? Listen. Do you believe Tyreek?
I would say on the show, I'm tired of the Noah Lyles slander, man. That's my guy.
Okay, well, talk to us. Talk to us about it.
I'm tired of the slander. I'm not saying like I can go out and do what you guys do and catch a ball across the middle. I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to read plays and memorize stuff and go out there and put your body at risk every day. But Tyreek, you're not beating Noah in 100, man. There's just no way in hell. You probably won't even beat the top collegiate guys, man. Like they'll put
too heavy. He's too heavy, right? I mean, if he lost, well, not now, but if he were to drop down, he's 195. If he got down to 170,
Curly Fred is about 195, 200 pounds.
But how tall is Fred? Fred's like what, 6'1"?
6'2".
Yeah. Tyreek 5'9" at 195.
You think he's really 195 at 5'9"?
Yes, he's solid as F.
Okay.
He's solid.
Okay.
He rocked up.
Little rock.
So you think? Let me ask you a question. Who do you think? Who do you think could make it on the football team? Could Noah play football? Could Fred play? Fred played football for the longest.
I think Fred 100% could play football. Donald Scott, triple jumper, could play football. Okay. He played at Michigan State. Look him up. Who else could play football? If I, we got a lot of good athletes on the team, man. Like I think Vernon Turner could play football as well too. Another high jumper. Javon. Like we got some athletes. We got some actual athletes on.
I can get you wide receiver try, Rai, if you want it.
Hey man, listen, I'll do it.
No, you're not finna mess them legs up.
I'll do it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm on a go route. I'm on a go route, man. That's go route. All I need. That go. I'm out here like this. You know what I
No,
mean?
you got to challenge that world record. Rai, how close are you to get the world record? 45.94. Everything's going to have to be perfect.
Yeah, everything has to be perfect. I feel
You're going
like
to have the right conditions, right track, right people in the race.
I feel like I'm at a fitness level to do it right now. Because when we ran the world record in Tokyo that year, I split 43.5 on the relay. And I just split 43.1. So the fitness is there. I think it just comes down to, like I said, like in that rhythm. And I think for me, it was more so about getting the medal than it was running a time.
Okay.
It's me. And I think now, because now I got the elusive.
You got the medal.
The elusive color, I can now freely go about and just, just go out and just let it loose and see what happens. So now I could kind of shift my focus a little bit and try to go after that. But that's a conversation for next year. Next year's gonna be a long year and a long season. So we'll see.
So you're done. So let me ask you a question. When will you resume training? Okay, you say you're done, your track season is over. You're going to take a month off. You take 2 months off. You wait till the top of the year. What does Rai do in the meantime?
And
you don't do indoors, do you?
No, I don't do indoors. I'm going to take about a month off. I cycle. I started cycling last year.
Okay.
So,
That's dope. That's dope.
I'm going to do that here and there. Met a great group of people out here in LA.
Cycling, you mean motorcycling or road bike?
Like
biking.
Like an actual bicycle, road bike. So I'm gonna do that, and I won't start practice till around November 5th, because the season goes till late September next year.
Okay.
So, yeah. Tokyo World Championships. So
World Championships, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had Quincy, we talked to Quincy. Now you get Quincy, Vern, Deadman.
Man,
y'all got to go 253.
Man,
it'll be another 30 years before somebody get it.
We could do it. I believe we could do it. I mean, like I told Quincy before I left, I was like, bro, like you Olympic champ, dog. Like, take care of you, take care of your body, make sure you're healthy, because like this is like that. What he did was crazy. Crazy. I never seen like he really got that dog in him. Like, seriously.
Oh yeah, he dug. Man. When your coach say, "Hey, son, I need you to dig deep," he in the dictionary. They got a picture of Quincy Hall.
Yeah, gonna do it. He's gonna do it. So, I mean, we could do it. We stay healthy next year and keep this momentum going. Like, it was great energy in the team.
I could tell, bro. I could tell.
It was great. It was great. I think, but like across the board, like different sports. I mean, we were cheering each other on. It was the team energy too was just,
bro.
It was infectious down in that camp. So it was.
That's you look at Cole Hawker, what he did in the 1500 meters. You look at Grant Fisher, what he did in the 5 and the 10.
That night. I lost my voice that night cheering for that boy, man. Crazy. So, man, it was one of the best experiences of my entire life. It was the best track meet of my entire life.
So, Rai, man, thanks for joining us. Hey, guys, do us a favor. Make sure you go follow Rai on IG at King Ben.
Sir.
Rai, bro, congratulations, man. You know I'm proud of your nephew, man. Good luck. Enjoy your time off. The Olympic champ, Rai Benjamin. Man, thanks for joining us. That payment's on the way.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, brother. Uncle
Don't
man
spend
his
it all
word.
in one place.
Man of his word, huh? Thank you.
I said, don't spend it all in one place.
Nah. I'm not. I'm gonna follow in the wise footsteps of Grant Holloway, and I'm gonna donate some of it to a good cause that I'm passionate about. So yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, again, congratulations, man. Thanks for stopping by Nightcap. We greatly appreciate it. I know our subscribers, our watchers, our viewers, our listeners, they were supporting you all the way. So thanks for coming on, sharing some insight, what was going on in your head, the atmosphere, the ambiance of the Olympics. Again, congratulations. Enjoy your time off, and we'll see you down the road.
Thank you. Hey, and shout out them editors, man. Y'all got it right this time. The right.
Okay, we got it right this time? Man, hold on. Right. The dude got Bailey on his bib. How the hell you confuse Bailey and Benjamin?
And I'm not light skinned either. So
hell no.
I don't know. All right.
But you got him a reprieve. Because hey, come on, bro. Y'all can't have a gap that big.
Look at that. There you go right there. All right.
Again, congratulations, man. Enjoy your time off, man. Thank you. Olympic
All right,
gold
boss.
medalist in the 400-meter hurdles, Rai Benjamin. Thanks, Rai.
All right.